Good morning, children. So, chapter 10, Weather and Climate. So, the continuation of climate. So, I was explaining you about the climate. So, how does climate affects our way of life? The climate affects our clothing, climate affects our way of life. The climate affects our clothing, food, habits, housing and transportation. Different parts of the world have different climates. Different parts of the world have different climates. So, children, of course, the climate also affects our way of life. How it affects? When it is too much heat, we cannot bear it. We cannot bear it. So, in order to escape from this too much of heat, we seek the colder place. Therefore, people start moving from the colder places. Second, when it is too much of heat, people start getting sick. People start getting sick because due to the heat of the sun, the water in the body starts lessening, and it stops working properly. So therefore, the too much of heat does affect the livelihood of a human being. So our clothing, what happens usually in Karnataka, being it is very hot place, we wear normal clothes. So too much of cotton we would like to wear. So what happens in winter? Even in winter also, we have too much of winter. Sometimes we can't even come out of our house. So that much chillness or the breaking of the cold, we can say. So that much cold we face sometimes. So that time also our way of dressing or our way of clothing also changes. Then food habits, of course, when it is too much of heat during the summer, we cannot have a spicy food. We go for the moderate type of food. And even housing also, usually when we have a slab house, so usually we feel very hot. So therefore, we try to have the housing system also in different way of houses, where we can adjust, where our body can adjust, or it can adjust to the heat of the sun. And the transportation also, it is very difficult to travel. When it is too much of hot, we find very difficult to travel for a longer distance. So children, of course, weather and climate, even they go hand in hand, but at the same time, does climate and the weather affects our way of life. So different parts of the world have different climates. So I'm not saying everywhere the climate will be the same. No. So in each parts of the world have a different climates. So what we have climate in India may not be in some other countries. So it has got its way of different types of climates. So why is there such a vast difference in the climate in a different parts of the world? Let us study in the next slide. So you can see here seasonal clothing. So here you can see jeans, sweater and the scarf. So this we usually wear in a winter season. Winter season. See here, even mittens are there, beanie is there, jackets are there. So these are all seasonal clothing. So in summer we have shorts, tank top and swimsuit, because usually people during the summer what they desire to wear because the humidity and the sweating and too much of heat makes a person very uncomfortable. So therefore the people go for the short dresses and much open dresses, so where we can where our body can be exposed to the outside of the breeze. So in the springtime again we see rainbows, an umbrella, a raincoat and the shirt. So this of course we know during the monsoon, of course this all are needed for us. So children, so we know the seasonal clothing, we all people know how to adjust according to the seasons. So people are very well adjusted, and even they keep it ready for the particular seasons what's supposed to be, even it can be a food wise or a clothing wise, even a house wise. So these are the seasonal clothing. So next we have factors influencing climate. Distance from the equator. So here there is a globe, the picture of the globe, and this is called the equator. What you see is the equator. So it is a north south. So these are the polar zone, temperature zone, tropical zone and temperate zone, again the polar zone, Atlantic circle, tropic of Capricorn and the equator, and the tropic of Cancer and the Arctic circle. So these are the latitudes. So the distance from the equator, the first point is that the earth gets all its heat. The earth gets all its heat from the sun. The earth gets all its heat from the sun due to the shape of the earth, and its tilted axis. The sun's rays fall vertically near the equator over a small area. So the earth gets all its heat from the sun. Of course you know the sun, the biggest planet is the sun. So the earth, where we are existing, where we are living, the earth gets the heat from the sun due to the shape of the earth. What is the shape of the earth, children? Okay, it is in a sphere. It is round. So the shape of the earth and its tilted axis. You can see in your textbook also, the picture is shown very clear, the sun and the earth. So because due to the shape of the earth and its tilted axis, the sun rays do not fall evenly all over the earth. evenly all over the earth because of the shape of the earth. Since our earth is round, since the earth is round, you know how the football is. So because of the circle, the sun rays does not fall evenly. Evenly means equally does not fall on the earth. Does not fall on the earth. Does not fall on the earth. So, but they fall vertically. They fall vertically near the equator. So, due to the shape of the earth, the sun rays does not fall evenly on the earth, but whereas vertically they fall near the equator over a small area but the rays are slanting at the poles and the spreading over a larger area. This means that places near the poles get less heat than the places near the equator poles get less heat than the places near the equator. That is why places near equator are hot and places near the poles are very cold and frozen. See children, as I said, since due to the shape of the earth is round, the sun rays does not fall evenly on the earth, but whereas they vertically they fall near to the equator. So therefore the rays are slanting at the poles, north pole and the south pole. So the rays are slanting at the poles. So therefore the places near the poles get less heat than the places near the equator. So therefore the equator are hot and the places nearby poles are very cold and frozen.